Y'all saw nothing. Hey, Hypnotic. How goes it? How goes it? Hopefully the mic isn't doing the thing yet again. The fuck? I shouldn't have Discord open when I start a stream. It's just a bad idea. Oh my god, I'm still slightly out of it. I woke up a little later than anticipated. My alarms were all set for like 8. I ended up actually Oh, the Java update. They ended up actually... Jesus Christ, I'm jump scared. I ended up actually rolling out of bed closer to like 8:30, 8:45 and going downstairs around 9, so I've only really been like up for an hour. But I work a little before 2 p.m. today, so yeah. 8 minutes ago? Jesus Christ. Dude. I'm so excited to have tomorrow off. I feel like that's all I talk about, but like since they've changed my schedule, and yes, I'm grateful to have 40 hours a week at least, but I don't know. It's nice. I appreciate my days off more a little bit now, I think. I am a little excited because next week, the way my work weeks work out, next week my days off are the 1st and the 2nd. Which is fucking awesome because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie is out on the 2nd. So I'm going to try to get it to a point where I can actually go to the movie. That'll be fun. And then I have 3 days. I already mentioned before, but I had 3 days off for around my birthday the following week. Again, on my like work app, how we have the week scheduled is weird. Technically, that's the following week. So I already had the 6th, 7th, and 8th off, and then I put in a request forever ago, and I thought they just denied it, period. But I'm also gonna have the 9th off as well, but it's gonna be paid. It's gonna be a vacation day, so that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna have 4 full days off that week. It's gonna be nuts. Been playing more DPD. Nice. I need to actually play more DPD. I haven't. I still have it downloaded. I still have it installed. I just haven't. Lately, my hyperfixation is Fallout. Whenever I am on, I'm on Fallout. I need to push myself to play some more fucking Fortnite. Yeah, we really do. I get excited and I get focused on other things. And it's like, oh yeah, that was a thing. Shit. Thanks, Moon. Moon has brought me coffee. I'm waiting until this sushi place that I really like opens up for delivery, and then I'm gonna order basically like a fucking sushi garbage plate. It's got like rice on the bottom, and then it's got the veg and stuff, and then they have like a couple of vegan sauces on top. It is so good. It's like one of my go-tos. So I'm getting that, and they also offer vegan gyoza now, so I was gonna try that. But they don't open until like 11:45, so I have to wait. Hey Kara, how you doing? I have made coffee because I'm tired. Moon's awesome. Moon made coffee for me because she knew that I was kind of scrambled. I was downstairs before I started the stream, and I had to pull my laundry up because I threw it in last night. I switched it over last night, so I had to bring it upstairs. So I had to talking about to my room. I had to pull that upstairs, then I had to sort it. I pulled out my outfit to wear ahead of time. I'm wearing my binder, so I'm not dressed in people clothes yet. And yo, yeah, my siblings are awesome. I'm gonna rephrase that. Some of my siblings are awesome. Mostly Moon, because I'll do random shit for her, so she does random shit for me. It's awesome. But yeah, no, I pre-packed my bag while I was downstairs as well for work, so my food's in there for my meal break at work. I'm having soup and these weird like breadstick like things. They're in a bag like chips or crackers, but it's like a weird combination because the texture is weird. It's like a combination between what you'd think of as a breadstick and then like a sesame stick. But I'm gonna have that as my like meal at work, and then yeah. So my plan is I figured I'd lazy stream for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm gonna pause at some point to order my food real quick because, like I said, the store, shop, restaurant, whatever, words escape me, doesn't open until 11:45. And then I haven't done the VODs on YouTube. I'm bad for that. I keep fucking forgetting. I'm gonna do that after the stream today for realsies. For realsies. I wish doggos could do more. Sometimes I wish Lucy could cover my shifts. Dude, I wish you could. Okay, no, like, but for real though, it'd be cool if you could sub in like a qualified individual for one of your shifts, right? Like, genuinely, that would be a cool idea. Like, if you're not gonna give me like mental health days or, in my opinion, enough like actual like time off days for when stuff happens, then let me do that for the love of God. SpongeBob, me boy, you're 2 seconds late for work. Get in the kitchen and make me some more money. Oh no, Kira. See, what I would recommend, Kira, is something that I'm pretty sure you don't have. One of the things that my household has is a like female/feminine blend tea. It has a shit ton of like specific herbs to help with specifically muscle relaxant and cramping. My boss suggested I do that with my grandmother? Wait, what? What the fuck? What the fuck? But yeah, so that's something that my mom is. It's the specific blend because my mom actually made it. She nicknamed it like Wiccan's Brew or Wiccan's Blend or some shit. It's literally a shit ton of herbs specifically for cramping. It works goddamn miracles. I'm gonna have to see if I can get the recipe off of her because it's something I've been meaning to do for a while, but like I should actually like send her a message or try to communicate with her and be like, hey, do you have like a recipe for that shit? If I do get it, I'll share it in the Discord because peoples with uteruses might actually, I would highly fucking recommend it. It tastes kind of gross because it tastes kind of fruity because of the herbs, but I would get you an ice pack, but the technology doesn't exist. I mean, the technology to teleport shit. Ice packs obviously exist. Fair enough. Yeah, that's the other thing I would recommend is a heating pad or a ice pack. One or the other, or alternate. Yeah. How are you doing today, Alphonse? Imagine. Yeah. Couldn't imagine. Bro, speaking. Okay. Immediately pause that sentence right now. Think about what you're typing out. Just all caps. Ayo, what? Yo, Upgrade Jade, how you doing? Same, brother. Hot. Oh, how y'all doing? Jesus Christ. Dude, the coffee's too hot to drink. This is so sad. Yo, I'm not even falling into the dysphoria talk right now because Jesus Christ. Yesterday was horrible. Like, the first chunk of the day, I was in a good mood and brain was making happy chemicals. And then for no fucking reason, it just sharp fucking turn out of nowhere. And I was like, wow, I hate this. This isn't fun. I'm feeling better today, but like, Jesus Christ. I genuinely don't know what caused everything to just go wrong. Like, work wasn't even that bad. I went to a celebration of life for the death of a relative I didn't know that well, but they had cookies and shit afterwards. There was this orange cookie with white chocolate. That shit was bussin'. Hell yeah. I mean, I'll give you my condolences still, because that still sucks to lose anyone, but at least it was a celebration, you know? I think that's the one thing that all my relatives have kind of shared, is that when they die, they want there to be some type of party or something. They don't want people to be sad. And I feel like that should just be the regular thing. Like, I know some families take death very, very, and I don't think it's not taking death seriously to celebrate the life of the person, but I know some families IRL that don't do that. They do like a serious funeral and then that's it. And I'm just like, how do you not celebrate Like, that person did so much good and affected you at least, right? I really wanted to get the recipe, but my mom didn't want me bugging people for a recipe. Fair enough. Well, I mean, people are still gonna cry. Okay. Alright. That's fair enough. Grief sucks so much ass. Like, I genuinely don't want people to cry when I do finally perish. I just realized that one of my uncles looks a bit like Tom Selleck. What the fuck? How did you just come to this realization? Is it like just an age thing for him? What the hell? Dude, I want to take a sip of the coffee so bad, but it's gonna burn my tongue. It's gonna fucking burn my tongue. And I don't want to burn my tongue. Shit. I also have snacks I might munch on during the stream. I don't know. I haven't fully decided. I'm gonna eat before work. That's why I'm ordering food. But, like, I don't know. Well, I don't see most of the people on that side of... You know what? I'm actually slightly terrified of that circumstance. Because I think I've mentioned before, but I haven't gone into, like, super specifics other than my dad's side of the family. At least his immediate family were not great people, and they were not great towards him. So, like, growing up, I never was connected to that part of the family. I still don't really have an idea of that side of the family. And they're all getting older now, and I'm terrified of the moment that my dad is like, yeah, there's a funeral, and I'm like, probably obligated to go because I'm his child, and I'm just like, I don't know anybody. Like, I would feel bad for not crying in that situation because it's like, I don't know. Like, the only things I know about these people are negative things. Like, there's a Discord server for NF fans, and one of the guy looks like if Logic and... What? He also has some nice hands. Okay, well, you immediately made it extra special. Extra special weird. Alrighty. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna kink shame. That's fine. I guess I would prefer someone being into hands than feet. I guess that is kind of kink shaming. Also, I thought the whole, like, feet attraction was more of a, like, common occurrence. I'm not into it. Can't speak for that, but I'm complimenting him. Kier, you get weird about hands. Kier, look at your fucking Discord history. I'm being put on another list. I'm being put on another list, guys. People also ask, is being attracted to hands a thing? Yes. It is. What the fuck? Not into feet at all. Feet are weird, but hands. Ah, yes, the go-to compliment. You got some nice hands, brother. No kink shaming eval 2 seconds after. Hey, I'm acknowledging that might have came off a little kink shamey. I'm not trying to be like, oh, well, I'm not into it. But, like, I'm not into it. I'm very open about some of the stuff I'm into. That is not one of the things I'm into. Although, again, and I think I mentioned this last time I was streaming with Endo, I would love to sit down with people who do have those specific fetishes just to ask them questions. Not, like, in, like, a mocking tone or manner, but, like, I'm genuinely curious. I'm a curious boy. I would love to know how and why. Like, you know, they could always ask me questions. I'm fine with it. And your user resolution is to find new fetishes to explore, so I looked at feet, so I'm starting from the ground up. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Nice. It was only recently that I found out about that. This like, how much of the feet are people into? Exactly! No, there's a bunch of questions I have for them. It's just... It's a weird concept to me. It's an alien concept to me because it's not a thing that I don't see feet immediately go, oh yeah, shit. Like, that's just not one of the things. Is there a better toe? Yeah. Hey, the announcement bot worked. Let's go. Hey, monkey. Aw, Kira. I could imagine that has to be very tiring. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with Kira. Tier list of the sexiest toes. Don't understand fetishes. Like 90% of the time, they're just fucking gross to me. Yeah, but some people just aren't into stuff. Like, and again, that's valid as well. That's totally valid, but some people are into stuff, and that's also valid. I feel like the same way I'm into hands, maybe that would be someone who likes feet. Probably. Okay, well, that immediately got interesting. Huh? I'm confused. You mentioned you're seeing the Barbie movie later today. I hope that goes awesome, Cure. The rest of my household wants to see the Barbie movie, but like I'm not really too excited for it. It's not my cup of tea. I don't think it'll be my cup of tea. So, you know. Okay. All right. What the fuck? Nice. I'm so excited to have the first and the second off. I'm gonna be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. I know it looks like a fucking children's movie because it kind of is, but man, I fucking love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't give a shit. I do not give a shit. The store that I work at is currently selling like old school Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle designs on shirts and stuff, and I'm tempted to get at least a tee because it looks awesome. I'm not excited to socialize later. Do you have to socialize in a movie? Like, for me, that's usually limited socialization. Or, wait, what do you have to do later? I'm confused. So, like, Bane from the 90s Batman and Robin kid? Kind of vibe? Or, yeah. Let me see if I can find it. It's just, one of the designs is the old school, man, I forget the name of the old school Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like, logo with them standing there. Yeah. My friend and her mom. Oh, okay. Is your friend like super extroverted? Because I get that. It's like these vibes. I'm gonna go ahead and share a link to an image in chat because I'm too lazy to share it on screen. It's like these vibes for the shirts, which I kind of love because that's the cartoon that I watched growing up. Like, I read the I was horrible because I read the comic. I watched some of that and then I read the comic book. I shouldn't have read the OG comic book first because it's dark as a bitch, but I enjoyed it. Look at the clips and the quotes. Oh no. I'm excited to meet her mom. Nice. Yeah, she's way more extroverted than me. Fair enough. See, people in general really do kind of like burn me out, IRL. Nice. Fucking nice, dog. Aww. Reacting to... Again, I shouldn't have Discord up. It's just a bad idea. But yeah, people in general burn me out, but like there are some extroverts that I know and I have known that like they're awesome people and I'd love to spend more than a few hours with them, but Jesus Christ, I fucking can't, dude. It literally burns me out. It literally burns me out. Aww. Aww. I wonder if a lot of people kind of feel that way after COVID. Because a chunk of people I know, COVID didn't really change their daily stuff. They were still doing stuff that admittedly they really shouldn't have been doing, like going out when they could and that kind of stuff. You know, when there's a pandemic going on, you should maybe stay in isolation to a certain degree because pandemic. But, you know, silly me. And then there are people like me who are boring, who are like, you know what? This is a fucking pandemic. People are dying. I'm going to do what I should do and just cut out any social interactions. Which sounds horrible, but my only social interactions for the most of COVID, if you don't count the streaming thing, right? Because this is social interaction, but I don't count it like on the same scale as like face-to-face discussion, if that makes sense. My only other social interactions were really stressful throughout most of COVID because it really was just work. And everyone, like, I want to say 2/3 of my coworkers were really fucking scared during the pandemic because they were in a similar situation to me where it's like, I have to be working. I can't get fired, but I don't want to get sick. I don't want to bring this home to my family. I have people that I love and that I know that are, you know, more susceptible to catching colds and other things. And it's like, well, fuck. And then you have the customers, most of which coming in not wearing face masks, not social distancing. So it's very stressful. It's very busy because people were freaking out at points. A huge mess. It was 2 years of me being in house, so I got Twitch and Discord to communicate more. It is kind of good that like we have options online for socialization. It might not be on the same like level as face-to-face, but it's something. Everyone I know felt the opposite. They felt the need to defy quarantine because epic, cool, rebellious anarchy. Listen, brother, I'm all for anarchy, but when you're talking about a fucking pandemic in which people are dying, that's where I do not get it. And for me, my brain always circles back to the base concept of I can understand someone who doesn't care if they get sick, who basically hit the fuck it button, right? But what I don't understand is you getting sick and you knowing that you're going to be getting yourself sick, and the very possibility that you might spread it to your loved ones, to your partner, to your older relatives, to your grandmama, to your fucking auntie or uncle. I don't get it. You're not just putting yourself at risk, you're putting fucking everyone at risk. Like, it's, to me, that's such a selfish fucking thing to do. I don't get it. I cut out all of socializing and COVID other than online shenanigans. Fair enough. It was kind of nice, honestly. I didn't mind too much. Like, for me, the biggest thing about COVID was how stressful work was. I was, because of my anxiety and everything else, I was burning so much fucking energy, and I feel like I've just started to kind of recover from that. And it's really weird, because it's weird. It's fucking weird, dude. I was so constantly, like, worried, and I don't want to say paranoid, but I was just very fucking anxious all of the time, and I still have issues with anxiety, but it isn't as bad as, like, during the pandemic, because it was 24/7. I was terrified. COVID changed nothing for me. I was already enlightened. Nice, dog. Well, that's what I'm saying. For my social life, it didn't really change too much. It changed some of my plans I had for that. The first year that COVID started, it changed some of the plans I had. That was the year that I was going to start, and I already started technically because I already got one piercing. I was going to go out and I was going to get more piercings. I was going to I was looking at some D&D groups. I was going to join some D&D groups. I was going to try to have a little more of a social life, and then COVID hit, and I was like, you know what? Bad idea. We'll do this after. We'll just try to get through this. That concept is crazy, Kier. Squeech is awesome though, honestly. Hermit gaming. Yeah, me with CF that whole time. Yeah, I couldn't imagine, dude. I genuinely couldn't imagine. And then I remember you talking about your grandparents, and that was terrifying as well. Hey, meme god, how you doing? Bro, I started homeschooling mere months before COVID. Thank God for that. The timing on that's beautiful though. Mrs. Okay. Nice. Yeah, Kirsten, some very sussy shit. Again, I'm not king shaming, but that was sussy. See, because I was out of school, that wasn't really a concern for me. But the fact that you started literal months before that broke out is crazy. So you've done the homeschooling thing and the public school thing, Hypnotic. Which do you prefer, if you don't mind me asking? Because I don't have the perspective of someone who was at public school. I chose to be homeschooled my entire school years. You know. But whoa, where did foot come from? We were talking about fetishes. It happens, in God. God damn. I prefer the private school thing. Okay. Okay. I prefer in school. Fair enough. I know a lot of people actually had to kind of be homeschooled to a certain degree because of COVID. I didn't even think about that. Like, yeah, it was still technically through public schooling for a lot of it, but it was like at home online, which isn't exactly the same as homeschooling, but it kind of is homeschooling because you're doing it at home. Online for me was reading and sucked ass. Aww. See, that's what I'm talking about though. A lot of homeschoolers, you're not just doing one thing. You're working out of books and you're doing stuff online. If you're doing it, in my opinion, right, you're doing a little bit of everything. You're doing documentaries, you're going on field trips, and that's how my mom did it. She kind of kept it interesting with different subjects, and then for the subjects we had extra interest in, like for me it was science and it was ancient history and art and literature, we actually delved deeper into those topics because it was like, here's the bare minimum of what we need to cover and what you need to know for like whatever grade it was. But if you want to do more work towards something, then we can pursue that. And that was very much a thing. I know, you'd fucking talk about it, Kier. You'd be like, I'm doing schoolwork, but I'm also watching you. And I'm like, Kier, do your fucking schoolwork. What the fuck? I hated school, so I think I would have... Chat is moving too fast! Jesus Christ! Wait, where is it? Where is it? Where was I reading? I already suck at this. I hated school, so I think I would have liked... No! So I would have liked homeschooling. Seems more chill and dynamic. It can be. I feel like the way my family did homeschooling was the chiller vibe to it. It was like, my mom also, because she suffers from mental health, issues, was also very open to like, you're having a bad mental health day, you're going to take care of yourself today. We're not going to do schoolwork today. Now, this doesn't mean you're not going to have to do this schoolwork, but it means you can go ahead and take today off. So that's kind of cool. But there were other homeschoolers and homeschooling families I knew who were very militant about how they did schooling. It was very strict and it was very by the book in terms of like, literally like exactly what you'd be doing at school, no different. And that I don't like the idea of, although I guess it can work for some families and some dynamics. I just feel like I wouldn't have thrived in that environment at all. Yeah, I kind of miss Animal Crossing, but I feel like I've done like everything for Animal Crossing. Home from school even before COVID, way ahead of the curve. Fuck yeah. I used to have really good grades, then online school hit and my grades fucking died, and I don't know why, but they've aww. Oh no, you okay, meme god? That sucks. Well, at least for the part where your grades tanked during like COVID when you were switching over to online school, because I'm assuming that's why you moved to online school. It was probably just how much of a disruption it was. You had so much shit happening at once. That can be very distracting and kind of worrying if you have any kind of anxiety. I mean, you had a fucking pandemic going on. You're like, oh shit. And then now they're like, okay, here's this new thing that we're doing that you have to do. And it's online schooling and you're not really used to it. So it's a whole new thing you got to get used to. I feel like that's totally, like, that's not abnormal. I feel like a lot of people probably, their grades suffered a little bit during that chaos. You know? That's a lot. Hey, Wizard. How are you doing? I ended a freshman year with all A's. Fuck yeah. Kira is massive broing. That terrifies me. You're gonna do so much shit. You're gonna do so much shit, Kira. God damn. And you had just moved? Yeah, that would be why. You had so much shit going on. Like, that stress and anxiety is real, dude. For me, education usually happens 1 week before the exam. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. That's not great. That's not amazing. But at least you passed. I assume you passed the exams. Everyone has their own process. I'm going to see, anxiety. So, because I was homeschooled, there were still tests that we had to take and stuff. So I would keep up on my schoolwork, right? But like, around anywhere between a week to 2 weeks before a test, I would like do extra cramming for certain subjects because I would get very anxious about like, oh shit, I know I suck at the subject. I know I'm technically like passing. I'm getting like okay grades, but like I do not want to flunk this test. Oh my God. So I would, on top of doing my regular stuff, I would usually like a week to 2 weeks before I knew a test was happening, I would also grind on certain subjects. Hell yeah, Kier. And still to this day, my parents blame me for all of the bad grades. That's stupid. I'm sorry, meme god. I'm sure your parents can be awesome people, but I feel like that attitude is stupid as fuck. Like, how as a person can you not realize, especially from what you said about your situation, you just moved, a fucking pandemic just started, and you've got this new change. That's so much shit. Like, you could be doing anything and I would be like, yeah, your quality of whatever is going to falter a little bit because you're adjusting to all that. Let's go, low-key human. Alrighty, I should probably game, huh? I've been talking for way too long. We gonna be playing some fucking Fallout 3, boys. Eval, my street law course last year was amazing. I did the whole study guide. I was doing great. I got 98% on that exam and got 2% more for extra credit on doing the study guide, so 100%. Let's fucking go, dog. Public school was a nightmare. Asshole teachers and physically abusive principals who acted oblivious to students' conditions. Homeschooling was kind of boring because I don't really interact with other students, but private schools specialized in the neurodivergent peoples. So, oh, I didn't even think about that. See, I feel like in public school, I probably wouldn't have thrived. I probably would have actually just done the opposite. I feel like it would have been a worse alternative to homeschooling. But if private schooling was an option, which it really wasn't, I see how that could have been a good experience. I didn't even think about that. Because the problem with public school, from everything I've gathered, is they're not very open about a lot of things, either LGBTQ plus things, or people who happen to be a little neurodivergent. Just a little bit. So I feel like I would have been the weird kid that like didn't talk to a lot of people because hell yeah, low-key human. We like just chatting. Do you though? I always thought like just chatting streams, if the streamer isn't entertaining, is just boring as fuck. So I've never really done just chatting because it's just like, well, you know. Every time it's just, oh, you used to have near perfect grades. I hate that. I hate that so much. Like, I love my parents, but one of the things that my dad specifically would always throw at me, and my mom still would randomly throw at me, is my dad was kicked out of his house at a young age. He was kicked out of his house, if I remember correctly, don't quote me on this, when he was around 14 years old. So he was still in school. He got kicked out of his home. He ended up moving into a friend's house and paying rent at his friend's house at 14 years old. He picked up a job, and he was working... he picked up a job kind of under the table because it wasn't really legal at the time, and he was also working on his schooling in high school. So my dad, when I was younger, would always throw up the whole, well, when I was your age, I was doing A, B, C, and D, and a lot of people don't realize how those words can really fucking hurt after a lot of time, because it's like, oh, cool, nice. Every time let's see, there was an aide on the bus in 6th grade that was a bitch. Yeah, I think you brought that up before, because I was just like, what the fuck? Neurodivergent, more like neurospicy. Oh, so you would have been like me, probably? She was mean to me and all the other kids. See, I hate that. I fucking hate that. I'd have teachers sending letters to my mother saying he spends 90% of the class spaced out, and when I give him a task, he hyper-focuses on it and it alone. Gee, that almost sounds like a common ass condition, bro, man. That's horrible. That's fucking horrible. Yeah, I feel like teachers would not have liked me. Oh yeah, no, you're totally allowed to vent, Meme God. I didn't even catch the very end of your statement. You good? You good? I get that frustration out. Sounds rough, yeah. Oh, your parent, yeah, no. Stupid little shit your parents say can add up over time. It really can. Whenever my parents say back in my days or anything like that, I just say it's not those days anymore. Yeah, the thing is though, with my dad, if you retort back to him, he will come back and he will keep coming back, and it'll turn into an hour-long discussion. And when it reaches a certain point for me, I'm done. I have been drained. I'm upset. I'm done. There's no point. But that was always the thing. It was, well, when I was 14, I had a job and I was also in school and I had to take care of A, B, and C by myself. And I'm like, I wasn't in your situation. I'm not you. Hopefully you don't want what happened to you to happen to me. Hopefully. She tried to say I ate on the bus when I have to take meds before eating. I didn't have... Yeah, I remember you mentioning that shit. That's fucking horrifying. That's not okay. I feel like she should not have had the job that she had because she just did not have the competency for it. Like, that's not okay. That's so not okay. Some people just get into professions, though, and are bitter as a bitch, and I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. I really don't get it. Because it's like... Yeah, I don't. Like, my brain is trying to I'm trying to rack my brain for like any reason as to why it would be a good reason to just not do your job correctly or be bitter over a like long period of time. There's no like, I can, as shitty as it is, I can understand someone doing something shitty like once or twice because okay, benefit of the doubt, maybe they had a really shitty day, maybe they got some really shitty news, maybe they're going through some shit. It doesn't give you an excuse, but like I can see the thought process and how someone might slip up, right? But for like a long stretch of time, there's not an excuse there for me. You can fucking leave. You can actually leave. She left. Did she leave by her own choice? I'm gonna be nosy. Did she actually leave by her own choice, or was she fired? Because her behavior for me would be conducive to an environment where you get fired. Like eventually you're gonna get fired, bitch. I'm so glad I have parents I have the parents I have. I can't fucking read. Gamers who prioritize good education and money responsibilities still gotta get a grasp on the last concept. Fair enough. Yeah. See, I slip when it comes to spending stuff randomly. But I always usually have enough saved up to pay for any expenses I need to pay for. I try to be responsible with my money. It's really hard, though. Sometimes where I'm at, the bus drivers have to get substitutes. Understandable, but please tell me why a literal child has to tell them the... Oh, that's fucked up. That is so fucked up. See, for me, it's not V-Buck. It's like I'm having, like, bad mental health days, and I end up, like, ordering... Biggest thing is ordering food. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. Biggest thing is ordering food, because I will not have any meal like all day, or I'll have one single meal for the day. I'll be like, I can justify it. I'll just order. I'll just Grubhub some food. That shit is expensive. Root? Did I say it wrong? I read it as root. I know you can say route. Bro, I'm sleepy. Shut up. Shit. People I know use both terms. Every substitute driver I've had would just tell everyone to shout when they're at their house. That's horrible! What? So they would just fucking drive around and be like, alright, just tell me when. Huh? What? That's literally your whole job. Huh? I remember when some kid lied to the bus driver about the route, so everyone, including some grown-ass commuting adults, had to walk the last mile. That's so fucked. Oh, that's fucked. Root is usually how I pronounce it, but I'll bounce back and forth. Certain words are like that. Also, spellings of certain words are like that for me, and part of that I 100% blame on my mom. So words like color and flavor and other things, I will spell the two different ways because my mom, I grew up watching a bunch of British and international like shows and content because of her interests, and yeah, some of that kind of transferred over a little. I also blame that on homeschooling because if I wasn't surrounded by by a lot of the media my mom took in, that probably wouldn't have been a thing. Just direct Ruse, I pronounce it. Just direct the bus driver to fucking McDonald's or some shit. Very nice. Like, no, I swear to God, there's a house there. Sorry, I just got back from 6 hours of consuming knowledge. Unless I'm getting paid as shit, I don't really feel like doing your job. Yeah, that's stupid as fuck. That is actually genuinely dumb as fuck. I don't understand public school systems. I don't. I really don't. But yeah. Overall, for my schooling experience, I'm kind of glad that I got kind of the deal that I got and I did what I did. I don't really regret too much not doing the public school thing because I feel like looking back on my behaviors, and I mean, my behaviors have escalated for some things that I've become aware of what I got going on in my own brain. I feel like I wouldn't have thrived in a public school environment. I feel like I would have probably gotten bullied, or I would have been the weird kid. Like, that's just what it is, Chief. I was already kind of weird for the homeschoolers, but the homeschoolers were more aware of, like, neurodivergency and, you know, people with sensitivities to things, so that was nice and comforting to a certain degree. I had a bus driver that would just tell the people that were mad at each other to get out of the bus and fight. What? Huh? How do you even... This wasn't a substitute? This was like an actual bus driver? It's like, guys, fucking throw hands outside. I don't want to... I'm not watching you guys do this. I'm not being responsible for that. What? What are you talking about? What the fuck are you actually talking about? Didn't you share a picture of the NF shirt in the Discord here? I want to say I think you did. If you did and I saw it, then I really liked how it looked. NF merch altogether, a lot of it looks really cool. Public school felt like it was actually trying to kill you from stress. Yeah, that fucking sucks. Like, that fucking sucks. That sucks so much ass. I literally would die. Like, everyone I've talked to that has had the public school experience, it's all been mostly negative. Like, there's always like, yeah, well, I had like really good friends in the time, or like, you know, there was one or two teachers that weren't like that felt like they weren't like out to get me, or they weren't like preoccupied because they're dealing with teaching so many kids. But like, god damn, I feel like that would have fucking murdered me, dog. I don't think I would have made it through high school. Like, dead ass. Speaking about stress, I should do my summer homework. Do your fucking shit, Cure. It's been 42 minutes. I need to actually fucking play a video game. Guys! Guys. Oh, my heart monitor thing's up. Shoot. Shoot. Alright, now it's better. That's better. Bro, I swear to God, I had a math teacher once that didn't know simple. Like, how the fuck does that work? Originally, it was a Fallout stream. We're still gonna play. I do. Shit, you're right. Fuck. I genuinely love almost all the teachers I have. The students are ass. Fair enough. Fair enough. I feel like the majority of the people I've talked to, though, are like, yeah, at least half the teachers are not great. Because they're either busy, they're either over. The biggest issue that I think the deal is with teachers, like, overall, there are some teachers that are just assholes, right? This is so fucking loud. Let me turn it down. There are teachers that are assholes, but I will say, at least in the US, a lot of teachers are underpaid and overworked. And I feel like that really does kind of, that's a big factor. And I don't think it excuses it, but at the same time, I could see someone being overworked and overstressed for years on end, and that affecting